Hello and welcome to my channel where I talk about kanji and how interesting it is. Today I would like to talk about the relationship between alcohol or sake and kanji, or an honorific added before a noun to show respect to it. Sake has a long and interesting history in East Asia, which you can see through kanji. I've only just touched on it. There's a lot more to it, but so here I've written it in osake in two different ways, using the hiragana o, which is commonly used in everyday life, or using the more complex equivalent of the sound o, to show respect. This part here is warifu. It shows maybe somebody kneeling to show respect. And the character for sake, which is made up of 1, 2, 3 strokes known as sanzui, or 3 drips, representing anything to do with water or liquid. And the tsukuri part, the right hand side part, is tori, meaning anything that is fermented, basically, or made in a vat. They say that this image depicts a vat or a barrel with some kind of liquid in it. So if you're interested in a stroke order sake, we will start with 1, 2, 3. It's a sanzui. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, sake. And the o, complicated one. It starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's right, yeah. Okay, so minor mistake. Yeah, the O. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, I think I might have made a mistake there, but just like that. Okay. So, kanji examination, looking at the character, as I said just before. That's my laser pointer here. I'm still learning this thing. Sanzui. Hen means the left hand side of a kanji. This character itself means to lean. Some other examples would be suberu, to slide or to slip, or kasoro, which is a runway, using the same character to slip here. Katsu is the onyomi Chinese reading. Suberu, verb, is the kunyomi Japanese reading. Sosogu, to pour. Okay, once again, 1, 2, 3. Sanzui, sosogu, to pour. Chui, to be careful. This unlisted reading is to think. So to pour thought into something, to take care, to be careful of something. This is a combination you commonly see on warning signs. So where we'd have warning or caution, written in English, it would say chui in Japanese. And the last one here, taki, a waterfall. Shanzui, and the right hand side Skuri part by itself means dragon. So East Asian dragons are always, well, I'll say almost always depicted as long serpent-like creatures. They have a connection to water, which seems to be a worldwide thing from what I've heard. Australia too. Western Australia had the rainbow serpent story made of a lot of the rivers. Seems to be a common theme here with the origin of the character for waterfall. And here we have Tori, which if you've seen my video about the Eto, you would see that the directions and the time had this character Tori, which is the bird, the chicken, whatever that you have for the signs of the Chinese zodiac. Tori is its native Japanese reading, and Yu is its kunyomi reading. So some other examples using, so Tori by itself, it can also be Tori Hen, the bushu, the main component of a kanji. Here we have Shochu, the famous, so I think it's from Korea originally, yeah, slightly stronger sake, the distilled, I don't know, yeah. And Yo, to be drunk. Yo is the kunyomi Japanese reading, and Sui is the Japanese reading. This combination here is De Sui, De meaning mud, De Sui, like mud drunk, to be extremely intoxicated, De Sui. You'll notice that mud is depicted with the Sanzui, meaning a water connection. So, a curious connection between sakana and sake. Anybody who studied the most basic level of Japanese should know that sakana means fish, but it didn't always mean fish. That's an example of, I suppose, semantic drift. The native Japanese word for fish is oi. Uo. The native Japanese word for fish, which doesn't get used so much anymore. It's just sakana. So sakana originally meant like tsumame, the food, the snacks eaten with sake, and it was written with this character here. Okay, this character here would be writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So sakana or ko is its onyomi reading, and that refers to the food eaten with sake. Of course, that food often happened to be fish, so over time it changed and became the common word for fish itself. Down here we have some this sake and place, meaning a drinking place. So sake and place. This is a very old word, and it follows a slightly different rule. Instead of taking an onyomi reading like kanji combinations often do, it just changes its kunyomi reading to be more easily pronounced. So sake ba becomes sakaba. You often hear this word in songs and such, sakaba. Again, I have desui here, to be mud drunk, extremely drunk. Next to this, I have a very commonly used word, 1, 2, the kanji for 2, and the kanji for day, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you're interested in the stroke order. And this is futsuka yoi, so here's the kanji for to be drunk, Again, it's made of torihen and 9, 10 on top of each other. Futsukayoi, meaning a hangover. A hangover, 2-day drunk. Here I have a respectable word for very good quality alcohol, or very good quality sake. Of course, sake is often used to refer to alcohol in general. Bi, utsukushi, or beautiful. So here we have utsukushi, beautiful, and sake. Bishu. Shu is the onyomi of sake. So bishu, beautiful sake. Okay, now there are a lot of very interesting, colorful expressions for kanji. Many of them are yojijukugo, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 character combinations, which curiously often carry the Chinese grammar, Chinese word order, which is verb before the object, much like English grammar. I go, Japanese would say, well, same, sorry. I go to school. Okay, go would be at the end in Japanese. It's second in English. It would be the same in Chinese. So, sui se mushi, sui, drunk, se, life, mu, yume, dream, and shi, death, shinu, to die. Sui se mushi, to live a life drunk as if a dream. To waste one's life on sake. It's very tragic, or not, depending on how you look at it. Feathers. Ka, to become. To, to climb. Usually to, but in this combination it's to, longer, or sound. And sen. Sen, a hermit, in the sense of somebody who has a more of a spiritual type of hermit, somebody who has thrown away the mundane everyday life to live as nature intended and become wise or whatever in the wilderness. So uka tosen, okay, so the wings, to become bakeru, noboru, to climb, and sen. And this describes to drink sake and reach a sort of a feeling of enlightenment, of being above the worries of everyday life. So I suppose a good meaning for being just a little bit drunk and feeling very good about it. Underneath, an interesting one, hai, or sakatsuki, shu, sake, kai, or toku, to break down, and en, or urami, dislike, vindictiveness, grudge, or grudge would probably be the better one. So, haishu kaien, to drink cups of sake and to break a grudge. Sakatsuki is the old word for hai. It's the most common onyomi reading. Sakatsuki means a glass or a cup, but it's not used anymore. We just use glass or just loan words. But this hai survives in another very common kanji combination, that of kan, or kawakasu, to dry, and hai, meaning a cup, as I've just mentioned. So together they form kampai. The H becomes a P sound, kampai, which most people will know is cheers. Cheers in Japan, I think it's gambe or something similar in Chinese. yeah, the equivalent of cheers, so empty glass. So underneath, I have the interesting one from old China. Drinking sake was often associated with literature and poets and such. So here we have to, meaning a vessel or a ladle for drinking. Shu, again, sake. Hyaku, 100. And hen, meaning editions. In this case, it refers to poems. So you drink sake and make 100 poems. The 100 here doesn't mean literally 100, it just means lots. So it talks about the great poets drinking sake and producing a lot of poetry as a result. So many of them wrote or sang about sake. And the last one here, a very interesting one, shu sake, chi, the sanzui, and this one here, shu chi is a lake, chi is a lake, niku meaning meat, and rin, its kunyomi is hayashi, meaning a wood, a small forest. Shuchi nikurin, so lake of sake, a wood of meat. And this is a story from ancient China that reminds me a lot of stories of some of the Roman emperors, Caligula and Nero. It comes from the last emperor of the In Orcho, the In meaning the Shang, Orcho meaning dynasty, In Orcho, who was Chuo. The Japanese reading of his name, I think, was Zhou in Chinese, but I don't know for sure. Chuo, the last emperor of China, who became corrupted by his concubine Daki. Okay, down to Da is onahen, indicating a woman. Daki. So he became corrupted by his concubine Daki, and to impress her, he filled lakes with sake, forests with dried meat. Of course, meat being pretty special back then. And they would spend their time in these. Of course, it's probably not true. It may have been made by his political enemies later after they overthrew his dynasty, but they spent their time frolicking in these woods of meat and these lakes of sake while torturing people and laughing at them. So it is very like Caligula. Interesting how these stories seem to be pretty universal, at least these themes. Okay, so, right, thank you very much. That was my little talk about sake. I'd like to do more with a bit more detail next time, but thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please come back.